Top tips for creating value workshops. We all want to reach a stage where we work less and we earn more, and giving valuable information in the form of a workshop to your students is a great way to do that, or to start doing that at least. What we're going to cover today are topics, or how to choose a topic, styles, what is value, what are your learning aims and the methods you can use to attain those aims, timing, how to create a plan or a template, and how to gather feedback. First of all, choosing a topic. This might be the easiest, this might be the hardest. You might have a topic in mind already, or if you don't, start scribbling down. Get yourself a book of Post-it notes and start scribbling down as many topics as come to mind. They can be anything, so don't worry about it at this stage. Just choose lots and lots of topics that spring to mind. When you have done that, get yourself a sheet of paper and you put 3 columns on the sheet of paper. And the first is I am interested in. The second column is I have experience or expertise in. And the third column is my students are interested in. Little note about that second column. I have experience or expertise in, or I can do the research for. So you're going to take all of your topics that you have written down in your Post-it notes and try to inhabit those 3 columns. And any topics or titles that fit into I am interested in, I have experience or expertise in, and my students are interested in is a very, very good place to start as a title for your workshop. A note on that. There is also one final piece of the puzzle of which title you should choose. If your topic solves a problem for people, you're on to a far more likely winner than not. Next, you're going to choose the style of workshop. Is it going to be a ceremonial workshop? So ceremonial workshops really work well with time of life, celebrations, marking the beginning or the end of something. They are very evocative. They're very atmospheric. The second one would be what I'd call the fundamentals or the foundations, which isn't for beginners. It's going into the essentials of something. So maybe you teach Iyengar yoga and you're going to go into the essentials of the standing poses in Iyengar. So something that people do in your classes already and you want to give them a deeper exploration of. The third is a deep delve, and the deep delve is the one where you take a topic and you provide layers of information around this topic. It may or may not be something that you already do in your classes. It might be something complementary. It might be something that you just skim over in your classes, and people want a deeper understanding of. A word about value. Value is, or perceived value, has 3 tenets: scarcity, authority, and community. What does that mean? Community is how much other people in your community are charging for their workshops. I have to say that I asked a large group of yoga and Pilates instructors how much they think they would charge or pay for a half-day workshop, and the numbers were at 2 different ends of the scale. So I'm not sure whether our community are the people to go to find out how much you should charge. I personally believe that you should charge at least 20% more than your class rate. So if somebody pays €10 to come to your class, you should charge €12 per hour for your workshop minimum, and the price would increase with the amount of authority you have. So the next is authority. How much can you provide your participants with via your experience or expertise? Authority for me means that you are able to stand up at the start of your workshop and say, in this workshop you will learn this, and stand up at the end and accept feedback. Ask those questions again. Did you learn this, this, and this? Lastly is scarcity. If there are hundreds and hundreds of workshops of the same name available, the value will be less than if there are workshops specific and scarce. So, can you solve a problem? Is that problem a specific theme or topic? Have you got the experience or the expertise in it? Can you convince people of that? And is the topic relevant in your community? And what are other people charging might be relevant. When participants take part in your workshop, they should walk away with three things. They should walk away with fields, with knowledge, and with skills. What does that mean? Well, we're all really good at the fields bit. They should experience what you want them to experience. So a class is normally an experiential process. Somebody comes in and you allow them to experience exercises or asana or pranayama or techniques that will help them experience yoga or experience Pilates or experience fitness. That bit's the easy bit. The next bit is the knowledge. Can you give your participants backup or supporting information around your theme or your topic? And finally, our skills. Can you make sure that your participants walk away with a new how to? So we've got experience, we've got a why, and we've got a how. If they can walk away with all three things around your topic, you are giving them value. I find a 2.5-hour workshop works really well because it's not too long for people who might have children, but it is sufficiently longer than a regular class for you to be able to give them the fields, the knowledge, and the skills. A good template I work with is you have a 5-minute introduction where you stand up and you say, in this workshop, you are going to learn how to. Then you do a class. After the class, you have a short Q&A, and the Q&A really is about sharing experience rather than finding out what people want to know just yet. You've told them what you're going to give them. After that, it's a discussion or a presentation. I really like to give presentations, especially in the deep delve or in the fundamentals, because the presentation is about the supporting evidence for or supporting information around, and I like people to be able to walk away with that. I find it adds huge value. Then we go into the skills, and that is a detailed breakdown of everything that you've let them experience, or maybe not everything. If your class is a 60-minute class, for example, and you have 10 particular techniques or exercises that you want people to know the detail around, well, those 10 in detail will take 5 minutes each, but in a class situation, they might take a little bit less. So your class is made up of your detailed exercises plus whatever padding to bring it into a more rounded experience for your students that you have. 10 exercises or techniques are enough for the detailed section of your 2.5-hour workshop. Finally, we always have a discussion and we discuss and share people's experiences so that we can see if people experience the same things or if people didn't experience what you expected them to experience or what they expected to experience. Feedback. Really important that you were able to stand up at the end and say, do you understand? Can you practice? Is it easier for you to understand? If you want to join me for a full workshop on how to create value workshops for your students, then visit our product page and join me for a more detailed workshop